Okay, today's lesson is finding the dimensions when given area and perimeter. So we're continuing on the 6th year ordinary level leaving certificate course. And this is when we're given information and we need to work backwards. So question number 1 here, we're told the area of a triangle is 20 centimeters squared. Find the perpendicular height of the triangle. So they've told us the area of the triangle is 20 centimeters. So we know area of triangle equals 20 centimeters. Now, if I can use a different words to describe this, I can actually use my formula. So it's base times perpendicular height all over 2 equals 20. So step 1 is write down your formula. We should know step 2 at this point. So step 1, write down your formula. Step 2, fill in what you know. So what do I know? From my diagram here, I know my base is 10. So it's 10 multiplied by my perpendicular height, I don't know. They've called it h here. I can call it x, I can call it y. I'm going to call it h, keeping with what they have. So I've got 10 multiplied by h all over 2 has to give me 20. Now, it's always good practice not to have your multiplication sign there. So I might do my brackets. So 10 multiplied by h all over 2 equals 20. So step 1, write down your formula. Step 2, fill in what you know. And step 3 is solve the unknown. So the unknown in this case is h. I don't know what h is. So I want h on one side, everything else on the other. The h is stuck up here. It's, I could rewrite it like this, 10h all over 2 equals 20. So the h is stuck to the 10, but it's also in a fraction. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this divide by 2. I get rid of the divide by 2 by multiplying by 2. But what I do to one side, I do to the other. They're going to cancel. And I'm going to be left with 10h equals 40. And again, the h is stuck to the 10. That means multiplied. So the only way I can get rid of the 10 there is to divide by 10. But what I do to one side, I must do to the other. And then I should get from all of that h equals 4. So example 1, you're given the area of a triangle and you're looking for the height. So step 1, write down your formula. Step 2, fill in what you know. Step 3, solve for the unknown. Moving on to example 2 here. The area of a circle is 153.86 centimeters squared. Calculate the radius of the circle. So area of the circle means all of this in here. I'm told one piece of information. I'm told the radius here is, well, I'm not told what that is. Okay. So, but I am told that the area of a circle is 153.86. So let's start it off. Area of circle equals 153.86. So step 1, write down your formula. I do have a formula for area of a circle and it is pi r squared. Okay, so pi r squared equals 153.86. Step 2, fill in what you know. It says calculate the radius of circle. It says pi is 3.14. So now that's going to be 3.14 multiplied by r squared equals 153.86. And step 3, solve for my unknown. So what's my unknown here? My unknown is r. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this 3.14. So I just want to get r on one side, everything else on the other. So I'm going to square root both sides and they will cancel and I will get r is equal to the square root of 155.86 all over 3.14. And my final answer is r is equal to 7 centimeters. Okay, another nice easy one here. We're told the circumference of a circle is 22 pi. Find the length of the radius of the circle. So circumference is 2 pi r equals 22 pi. Now, fill in what we know. I suppose we're trying to find the radius. But what you'll notice on this is we actually have pi's on both sides. Now, if we have pi's on both sides, we can actually divide this side by pi and divide this side by pi, and they'll actually cancel. So a nice quick way is that if you have 2 pi r equals 22 pi, you can actually just cancel the pi's straight away. That's where the maths is. And we get 2r equals 22, and then divide by 2, and I'm going to get r is equal to 11. So that's a nice trick. If you have pi on both sides, you can just cancel it out. Okay, an example 4, I suppose, is what we've kind of been looking towards getting to, like a proper question. So let's have a read of it. The area of a rectangular lawn is 50 metres squared. The length of the lawn is twice its width. Find its perimeter. So hopefully you know by now that with anything like this, the best thing you can always do here is to draw a rectangle. Okay, so I've just drawn a quick rectangle here. I've written area is 50 metres squared in the centre here. Now, it says the length of the lawn is twice its width. So the length is twice its width. We've no idea what the length is, but it's twice whatever the width is. So I'm going to call the width x. Then if that's the case, the length is twice the width, so the length is going to be 2x. Now, let's, I suppose, write down what we know. We know the area of the rectangle equals 50 metres squared. Do I have a formula for area of a rectangle? You learned it back in primary school. Length multiplied by width equals 50 metres squared. So step 1, write down your formula. Step 2, fill in what we know. 2x, and I'm going to use my brackets here, multiplied by x equals 50 metres squared. Now, when I multiply 2x by x, I should get 2x squared equals 50 metres squared. Now, just be conscious that these two squares don't cancel. There's nothing like that that works. And I might even, do you know what, I might even just get rid of the metres just because I know that that's my answer at the end. So I want to find out what x is, but x, first of all, is stuck by being multiplied by this 2 because it's 2 by x squared. So it's going to be divided by 2 on both sides. They're going to cancel. And I'm going to get x squared is equal to 25, square root both sides, and I'm going to get x is equal to 5 or minus 5. Remember, you're going to get two answers when you square, because 5 squared gives me 25, but minus 5 squared gives me 25 as well. But obviously we know that we're dealing here in distance and length, and that can never be negative. So my correct answer is 5. So there's going to be some activities up here now for you guys to try straight into practice. And what I'm going to get you to do this time is I'm going to get you to take a photograph of your work and submit it.